So here is another cheap power supply that many might be tempted to buy for their budget builds, and this is a SPYCO Typhoon PS-551. Let me take it out of the box and see what we have got inside and what are the technical specifications of this power supply. The power supply comes with a power cord, which is good. Sometimes the cheap power supplies come without a power cord. We also have a small bag with a few zip ties and 4 screws to mount the power supply in your chassis. And here is the power supply itself. Here we have a fan. I'm not sure what is the size of the fan. On the back side we have the power input and a label which specifies that it only accepts 200 to 240 volts. So it is not going to work with the American 110 volts input. And we have this switch to enable power supply on and off. Here is the detailed power supply specification table. Input voltage 220 to 240 volts, and then the plus 12 volts max wattage is 42 amperes, which means around 500 watts. Even though the power supply is called 550, we see that the plus 12 volts load is maximum around 500 watts. Nevertheless, it doesn't seem to be the worst power supply and shall be okay for budget builds. Now, cable-wise, we have the following. Of course, we have the 24 pin for the motherboard. Then we have here, this is 8+8 power cable for graphics cards. And what else do we have here? We have 4+4 connector for the CPU power. And finally, here we have 2 SATA, 1 Molex, and one more 2 SATA, 1 Molex. So in total, 2 Molex, 4 SATA, 1 CPU power connector, 1 motherboard power connector, and 2 8-pin GPU power connectors. That's all you need to know about this power supply.